tough. It's kind of as simple as that. You know, you go on the road and you get off to a good start. I mean, that's how you draw it up. But of course, there's 60 minutes of ball you have to play. We're able to do that. You know, offensively it's tough when you lose your quarterback. We're able to establish the run, even without a quarterback, and it's tough duty. Defensive side of the football, you just can't let them run the ball like that. It's simple as that. Too many missed tackles. Positive things. Whenever you score a couple of defensive, I don't think I've ever been where we lost a game where we scored a couple of defensive touchdowns, but it's a lot more than that. Just didn't play good enough football. Special team wise, missing that early field goal didn't help us any. But have to give Minnesota a lot of credit. They bounced back from that performance last year and really took it to us. 5 games into the season. You know, of course, when you go on a 3-game losing streak, that's tough. But there's a lot of football left to go, and it's kind of as simple as that. So we'll regroup, and as I said, hopefully we'll be able to make a turnaround the way Minnesota did last year after we beat them. So there's hope. Take the question.
Well, the Minnesota game last year felt like maybe a turning point for you guys, but kind of gone opposite ways for both programs. What do you think is lacked?
I think you saw it out there. I'm going to say what I'm getting from last year since we go back is how they turned it around. So that's how I'm going to look at it. We have a great opportunity. I've seen someone turn it around. But it's just the things that I talked about. Defensively, you got to stop the run. Can't score points, you're not going to win. But we're looking at this game separately. That's what happened this game. There's room and there's time to regroup.
Several players this week kind of talk about this game as a crossroads. And I mean, for it to turn out like this, I mean, is that concerning to you? Where I mean, they put a lot on this.
Is his loss concerning to me? Yeah, his loss concerning to me. And it is a crossroads. I think whenever you're coming off of 2 wins or two losses, and it's early in Big Ten play, it is a crossroads game, but not all is lost game. Again, when you're playing your 5th game of the season, there's a lot of football left to go. My disappointment is more on the things that I talked about earlier, those things. But those are all things that we can correct and we'll have to.
Running game, stopping the run has consistently been an issue. Just what do you think needs to change there?
You need to tackle better. See the game? You have guys in position to make tackles. You've got to tackle better. You know, yeah, you can always call a defense, different defense, but eventually you have an offensive guy and a defensive guy in position to make a tackle. And it's bad when you don't have a guy in position to tackle. If you have a guy in position to tackle, we need to make more tackles. As a general rule, there'll be breaks in every game, but you can't let them go the distance. The big plays are what's killing us on the defensive side of the football.
I felt like there was a couple coverage issues on that. Is that rest after 2 weeks off, or what do you attribute?
That was busted coverage today is what that was. Beyond that, I can't tell you what.
Coach, what do you know about the injury to Brendan Pierce?
Didn't finish the game. You know, you saw the hit. I mean, it's tough when you lose your quarterback. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, he's up now. Didn't finish the game, so that's concerning.
Matt Robinson came in. What you think of what he was able to do when he got in?
You know, we weren't able to get much going offensively. I mean, that's tough duty when you're the backup and you come in. When a backup comes in and there's positive results, that's not the norm. You know, normally when your starter goes down, it puts most team in a hole, and we were today. I thought he fought hard, and you know, he did what he could.
Isaiah not making the trip, is that an additional injury, or is that the same one?
He's got an injury. You know, we'll see how it goes. He didn't have a season-ending injury or anything like that, but he wasn't able to go this week.
Did you see what Reggie was able to get going a little bit? What do you attribute that to? Is that just offensive line?
You say not being able to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it starts with that. If a team is doing well running the football, I say the offensive line is doing a great job opening holes. When you're not, you're going to start with it. Every time we've been able to have production running the football, we've talked about the offensive line, so we're going to say it goes both ways. So we're going to say we're going to play better up front, and running backs are going to have to make a couple of guys miss. They made us miss. We need to make them miss a little bit. It all goes together.
So were the offensive struggles just related to, losing Brandon, or were there some other underlying issues there?
Combination of both, all right? Brandon's not running the football. So the running game, he doesn't affect that much. So the passing game, yeah, there's a reason why he's our starting quarterback.
Well, we got two big games against tough opponents, obviously Michigan and Wisconsin coming up. What would you tell the fans, after 3 straight losses, about, what you guys have ahead?
It's good we have good opponents coming in. 2 home games. Once you play disappointing ball, you want to come back home, all right? You want to go back home, and for our fans, we have 2 big games coming up, starting with this one. It's enough to think one at a time. Michigan coming into town. They don't carry over this game to the next. It's kind of simple as that. So that's what we'll tell them. We're going to heal up best we can and get ready to play a good Michigan team.
Coach, like you said, a lot of games left, and you talked about turning it around. But besides just playing better, what kind of adjustments do you think you need to make to kind of turn the season around?
Well, I mean, besides just playing better, that's kind of it. I mean, I don't know exactly. I'm not going to, right now tell you a game plan. We'll get a game plan, but it is playing better. It is as simple as that a little bit. Again, defensively, it's about tackling better. Offensively, we need to be able to be who we are, and that's a running football team, and we get opportunities to hit passes. We need to do that. That's what they did against us today.
Coach, how frustrating is it for you when you get up to the early lead, you had 3 drops offensively that kind of stunted those drives and couldn't add on to that lead?
I mean, it's disappointing. I mean, like I say, I guess when it's a disappointing performance, I guess it makes sense that everyone had a big part in it. So we can all be disappointed together and feel bad. Now it's about we're all looking ourselves in the mirror. Individual improvement, starting with me, of course. It's things we have to do better, we have to do differently. We can't stay status quo where we are right now. And based on who we have, it's a game of adjustment. It's a game of adjustments from week to week. Now we have to, it's our move now, to see how we're going to adjust to what's happened with us the last 3 times we've lost.
The Michigan game's going to be the halfway point of your 4th season. Did you expect things would be further along by now?
I expect this year, I was hoping things would be further along. I'm not going too much further back there. That don't have a whole lot to do with it. But right now, we have 1 more loss than win, right? So there's time. So this season, there's a lot to go with it. So we're just going to look. We're disappointed in how we played today in the previous 3. Beyond that, it's not much time to think about anything else.
You said you're happy to be getting back home in front of your home fans. Do you see a difference in your team on the field when they're playing on the road versus at home?
Oh, I think absolutely. I think most people would love to play at home all games if they could. And for us, we have a great crowd. As was mentioned, there's a lot going on campus this week. We need to come back and play there. So we're excited about, camping out for a couple of weeks at home.
Well, then Tiku couldn't really get much going today.
No one was able to get anything going today. And the reason behind it, can't really tell you right now. I know Wale was playing hard. I don't have to watch the video to see that. Sometimes you play hard, you need to play smarter, and we get in position to make a few more plays, we need to.
Anything else?
Thank you.